Let's see the problems based on partnership accounts. This sum tells about the new share that has to be shared by X and Y when Z has been admitted in the business. X whole share is 7 by 10 and Y's share is 3 by 10. This is the agreed ratio that is being shared among the partners. So X decided to sacrifice 2/7 of his share. So he's now, after sharing 2/7 of his share, we have to derive what is the new share of X. So formula for that, new share is equal to old share minus sacrifice share. Old share is 7 by 10 minus the share he is agreed to give for Z while admitting Z is 2 by 7. So when you take the denominator is 70, based on the LCM method we have to derive this. So 29 by 70. So that is the new share of X, and we go with Y's old share is 3 by 10. He decides to sacrifice 1/7 of his share to Z. So now his new share will be 3 by 10 minus 1 by 7. That is the same way we have to take LCM. The denominator becomes 70, and when we multiply that we'll have same way into 7, here into 7, 21 minus 10, that becomes 11. So 11 by 70. This is the new share of Y. So we have found X new share and Y's new share. So what is the share of Z? Z's share is 2 by 7. That is from X. He is ready to give X is give 2/7 of share. So 2/7 of X plus the share that is being sacrificed by Y is 1/7. So put together, when the denominator is same, we'll have the direct addition. So 2 by 7 plus 1 by 7 is 3 by 7. When the denominators are in 70 and here also 70, we are bringing into the common form as into 10, that is 30 by 70. So now the new profit sharing ratio among the partners, that is X, Y and Z, will be 29:11:30. This is the new sharing ratio of all the partners when Z comes into the business. The old partners are X and Y, and the new partner Z comes here. Okay. Today let us see the formulas to calculate the value of goodwill. We are going to find what are the formulas that is being followed to calculate the value of goodwill. We must know how to derive the value of the goodwill. Let us go with, already we have seen what are the methods: average profit method, super profit method, capitalization method. The first we have is average profit method. So to calculate the goodwill based on average profit method, that is, the company expects the profit maximum, this will be the profit amount for this particular year. So they may fix some average amount, or they may expect some percentage of profit that will be earned by the business during the financial year. So that becomes an average profit method. So based on this, we'll find what is the value of the goodwill. Goodwill is equal to average profit into number of years of purchase. Here, number of years of purchase refers the number of profit that has been, number of years profit. Here, years of purchase always refers to years of profit. Years of profit that has been taken into the account. So say you may take, so the company is earning profit for more than 5 to 7 years. They take to calculate the goodwill based on the profit for 3 years. So that is called number of years of purchase, based on the number of profit purchased. So based on that we are going to calculate average profit into number of years of purchase. Normally we know what is average. Average is the total number that is been given to us divided by the number of units, that is what. So if we take average profit is equal to total profit. So if we have 5 years profit, so 5 years total profit will be taken here. That is first year plus second year plus third year plus fourth year plus fifth year. This is the total profit of 5 years divided by number of years is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is number of years. So normally we calculate average for everything like this. Even for marks we calculate total marks divided by the number of subjects we appear. Same way here average profit is equal to total profit divided by number of years. So when you get this total profit divided by number of years, that becomes an average profit into number of years of purchase. That is for how many years of profit that is you are going to calculate. That becomes the value of goodwill under the method of average profit method. Now the second method is super profit method. Super profit. The difference of average is the business experts the moderate profit, that is average. Super profit is that the expected profit is more than the profit becomes more than the profit that has been expected. That is goodwill is equal to super profit into number of years of purchase. Same way the number of years purchase where we have taken in the average profit, the same way here also. The number of purchase will be calculated. Either it can be a 3 years of purchase, 3 years of profit or 4 years of profit purchased. That is number of years of purchase. Super profit. So we know how to find average profit. Average profit is total profit divided by number of years. So same way we should have some formula for super profit. So super profit is equal to average profit minus normal profit. So we know what is average profit. So the number of years profit will be added divided by those number of years minus normal profit, the expected normal profit. So this will be subtracted to get super profit. That is average profit minus normal profit. That is super profit. So how we calculate normal profit? Normal profit is equal to capital employed into normal rate of return. This capital employed is the company may give the information provided that the capital included in the business for the value of this year's is capital. So they will mention capital, normal rate of return. Where the capital is invested, they may expect the rate of return. That is normal rate of return. So that is when you invest money, you may expect the 3%, 5%. That becomes a normal rate of return. So based on this normal profit, capital employed into normal rate of return is normal profit. So to find out goodwill, we have super profit into number of years of purchase. The super profit is calculated by average profit minus normal profit. We know how to calculate average profit. For normal profit, we use capital employed, how much the capital is being used for the business. They may provide information on this. Into, that is the normal rate of return, the expected rate of return for the particular financial year or normal number of years. So that is excess earning over the normal earning becomes a super profit. So based on this information, we will calculate the value of goodwill by using super profit method. Goodwill is equal to super profit into number of years of purchase. This is the second method. The next we have is capitalization method. In this method, we have to value the goodwill. So goodwill is equal to capitalized value of profit minus net tangible asset. So here we have the term capitalization. So based on the money that is being used as capital, based on this we are going to find the value of goodwill. So it will be based on average profit or on super profit. The capitalized value. The capitalized value normally on average profit is average profit divided by normal rate of return. This is the formula. Capitalized value of profit formula is average profit divided by normal rate of return. So for average, on a basis of average profit, when information is provided on average, we are finding this average profit divided by normal rate of return. If it is a super profit, based on super profit, we have to calculate super profit divided by normal rate of return. So what are the information that is given? Either we have to find by average method or super profit method. Based on this, the capitalized value of profit will be found. With that, net tangible asset. So we have to calculate once the capital is being used, we can go with the asset, subtracting the net tangible asset that is available for the business. The assets that are very useful, that becomes a net tangible asset that can be sold, that gives that gives a profit to the business, the tangible assets. So we have to subtract that. Based when the capital is being taken into the account, the same way the asset will be taken into the account. So with the capitalized value of profit, we have to deduct net tangible assets that are given to us. When you deduct that amount, you will get the real value of the goodwill. These are the three methods of calculating value of goodwill. One is average profit method, second one super profit method, third one capitalization method. So we have to go through the formulas before calculating the value of goodwill. Now let us see how to calculate the value of goodwill based on the average profit method. The first sum we are going to see. We have seen what are the formulas that is being used to calculate value of goodwill. First method is average profit method. They have given 4 years of profit, 16,000 plus 20,000, then 18,000 and 26,000. These are the profit for 4 years of the company. So based on this information, we have to find what is the value of the goodwill. So first, we'll go with what is the formula for our goodwill. Goodwill is equal to average profit into number of years purchase. Average profit. So total profit divided by number of years. The profit that has been given 16 plus 20 plus 18 plus 26 is 80,000 divided by 4 years of profit is being given. So it is divided by 4. You have 20,000. That is the average profit we have taken. So goodwill is equal to average profit. What we have got? 20,000 as profit. 20,000 into, they have given 3 years of purchase of profit should be taken into account to calculate value of goodwill. So we have to take this 3 years, not this 4 years. 4 years is finding average profit for this 4 years. And you should not get confused with the number of years of purchase. Number of years of purchase tells about the years of purchase of profit that should be taken into the account. So you are taking minimum 3 years of purchase that can be taken with the average profit to calculate the value of goodwill. This is how we have to understand. We should not take the same 4 into 4 for number of years of purchase. This is different and that is different. This 4 tells the number of years of profit that is earned by the company. Okay, they give the list of 5 years, 6 years. So this becomes the division, that is how many years of profit is here. Here number of years purchase is how many years of purchase of profit that is taken into account. That is 3 years. So when you do this into 4, again we have 80,000, then becomes it will not be a goodwill. So the normal then the profit and goodwill will become the same. So that is not the method of calculating the goodwill. So we are taking goodwill as average profit into number of years purchase. So 20,000 into 3. They have given 3 years of purchase of profit. That is 20,000 into 3 is 60,000. This is the present value of goodwill of this company. Okay. Today we are going to see the next sum. When a partner retires, what will be the sharing ratio of the remaining partners? In the previous sum, we have seen what is the share that is being given to the new partner when he admits. Same way, what will be the profit sharing ratio when partner admits. This is the previous sum we have seen. And today we are going to see when a partner retires, what will be the new sharing ratio. If there is any gaining ratio, what will be the gaining ratio? As of now, the sharing ratio is 5:3:10. That is, the total is 10. So, X order share is 5/10, 3/10 and 2/10. The gaining ratio, they get share from Y when he retires. That is, he is giving up 2/3 and 1/3. So, when you add the old share and the new share, that is the new profit sharing ratio, 5/10 plus 2/3. We don't have Y, so we will make it as dash, and the Z share is 2/10 plus 1/3. So as of now, we take the LCM for this. 10/3 is 30. So that becomes 35. Okay, is 2. We don't have Y share because he is retiring. Then Z share 2/10 plus 1/3. Same way LCM is 16/30. So the ratio is 35/30 is to 16:30 because Y is retiring. Their agreed ratio is 5:3:2. Their gaining ratio, that is from Y, they have a share from 2/3 and 1/3 for X and Z. Now what will be their gaining ratio? The new ratio minus old ratio. Whether they have a profit or any difference they have compared to the previous share. So we are doing this new ratio minus old ratio. The new ratio is after getting from Y, that is 5/10 plus 2/10, we had 35/30. So 35/30 minus their old share, that is agreed upon when the partnership begins, 5/10. Then we don't have Y because he is retiring. Then Z, 16/30 is the new ratio they had minus the old ratio is 2/10. So 35, we can do this directly because the LCM becomes common 30, no? When we take LCM 3 in 1, so 30. So 35 and 15 goes 20. We don't have Y share. Then here also 30 and 10, 16 and 2. So 16 minus, what comes here? 16 minus 6 is 10. So 20/30 is to 10/30. That is the new gaining ratio 2:1. This is their new ratio when a partner retires from the business. So first we found what is his new ratio. With that we deducted the old ratio. From that we will get the gaining ratio. Now this is X ratio and this is Z ratio. Y retires. Okay.